And so Rick found that there was a state park in Myrtle Beach. So we're driving up to the state park to see what it looks like. And it's all about traveling. It's all about seeing what's in your own backyard because there's so many places that we don't even know about. And this looks so exciting. And I have family members down here that follow us on Facebook and they're looking at our face. Where were you guys? I look like such and such. And I'm like, yep, that's where we were. But when you live in a place, you tend to not you get used to it. It's like, oh, I've been there, I've been there. Just like Rick and I, before we left Colorado, we went back up to Pikes Peak because they did some really, really nice renovations up there. And it's beautiful. And matter of fact, we met this one guy this family that was from London up there. And I was like, oh, we went to London. It was so much fun, blah, blah, blah. And they said, yeah, well, you don't have to live there. And so it's funny how people don't embrace where they live. And I'm up here, London, what are you complaining about London? It's beautiful in London. And Rick and I, when we visited, we had a great time. And we went across the London Bridge and just all the different tourism things that you do there. But here they are, or was, at Pikes Peak in Colorado Springs, loving it, saying, oh, look at the view, how spectacular it is. And we live there, so we come up once in a while here and there. But it was fun, and this is going to be fun too, because we're going to hit every beach over on this side. And we've already been to Jacksonville, Florida before. So there's so much more to see in our beautiful United States of America, because I know a lot of people don't want to drive or fly, I should say, out of the country right now with so much going on. But there's so much to see even here, even for a couple of hours drive here and there. So that's what we're doing today. And so that's why I said it's not the norm, because normally we're sitting comfortable in our home and Rick's in his office and I'm either on the patio or at the dining room table or whatever. But it's just fun. We're having a great time down here and hanging out with my cousins. And I was able to go to her 80th birthday party on Saturday, and I saw cousins that I have not seen in over 50 years, because I'm just 50, so I saw, but I hadn't seen cousins in such a long time, and it was so fun to laugh and talk with them and reminisce and and I'm telling them, well, we just moved down, and I had some family that flew in from New York, and they're like, yeah, I'm ready to move back. And so it just comes to a point where this is what we do, period. And it's all about travel and being able to just see what's all in your backyard, being able to connect with the Tourism Bureau. And when they have different events, you get invited to them. You get to go on the great ship inspections and all the great things that's going on. And we've won different trips. And so we now have to figure out how we're going to put Jamaica in our schedule next year, because we have a trip there and it's good for a year, for 3 days. And you know me, when I go somewhere, I don't want to stay. 3 days is not long enough. If I'm going to fly all the way over there, I have to stay at least 6 days, So I will figure out a way to extend that stay when we go. But it's all about having a great time, and I'm loving, and I really like what the company has done on how they have extended the Rocktober. It would be great if they take it all the way into the new year, because a lot of people are able to now reach their goal to move to the next level. And just being out and meeting new people who want to travel, people who want to, get their business going. And of course, we get all the compensations. One lady called and left a message that she wanted to book a flight today. And it's like, okay, there's no commission Very little, if any. If you go through Expedia Tap, you might get a commission. But, and then the immediate of today, well, that's not going to work for us because we're not even home. You know, we have our laptop, so we could, that's why we're able to do the Zoom call. But to take the time to try to find somebody a flight today, that's not going to work. And so, you know, you have people who do that where they want their failure to plan now becomes your emergency. And that's what I love about our business is because we work it when we want to work it, how we want to work, and we do what we want to do when it comes to booking for folks if we want to. Or what's really great about it, and you guys know this, having your own website. We have our own booking engine where they can go through Travmanity and book a flight. We have the Zoom where they can go and register and book whatever they want to on Zoom. And so we have so much that allows people to do what they want to do when it comes to our travel business. So I just had to share that with you guys because I know you all do the same thing. You do different things to enjoy your Surge 365 business. And definitely the 7-day night stay, we're going to put it on the calendar. We're right at the holidays now where everything is kind of booked up, but we are going to put that 7-day night stay for Hilton Head. We've been to Hilton Head. It's a beautiful place, and we'll definitely stay there for a week real easy. And because there's a lot to do there, and especially now because the weather is just perfect. I think we're at, I don't know, 74 degrees, something like that right now, and just a slight breeze. It's really perfect. And so this is the time of year when people come here because, of course, during the summer months, you're looking at 98, 100. So it gets crazy. And that's when people try to get out of here because the weather, it gets so hot. But we'll deal with that when we get into the summer months. But I don't mind the hot. I don't mind it at all. So I just want to hear from you guys on what you're doing, if you have any questions for us, because that's what this call is all about. It's all about having a conversation on what's going on in our travel business. But that's one thing I'm excited about is that extending the Rocktober for folks to be able to sign up, pay 1 month. And I guess right now it's just 1 month free because we're already, can you imagine, into November. We have passed Halloween and the, hold on a second, and the holidays are here. They are upon us. So we're really excited about all of that. So anybody else want to share?
Okay, well, I would
Could you?
like to greet the leaders today. I'm very thankful to be here. I'm looking at a brand new day here and just looking at the marvelous, it's like looking at a painting with all the different colors here and
Oh,
just
nice.
speaking on, being intentional about lifting and encouraging each other. My
Yes.
phone started, I don't know what was going on yesterday, but my phone started blowing up and I'm looking like, what in the world is happening? So I will be on, oh, we want to book a cruise. Our family's getting older. So I need to hurry up and get this cruise booked. So I'll be on her after the call. But I was just watching, my phone was blowing. I said, okay, and it's like this urgency thing. Like, get it done right now. So I just take my deep breath. And then I come back and pause, had the most wonderful conversation because I heard her voice this morning, Deborah Smith. Love that positivity coming out of your voices. We all need that, you know? And so
Yes.
intentionally, I got up here and I said, well, how do you lift this day? Because, you know, the shifting has happened and we're in the fall, but the colors are beautiful. So I put on a nice, very bright yellow cardigan, okay? Because I said, let's lift this atmosphere up in here. We got to shift this, got the lights all up right here because it's up to us. If it is to be, it's up to me. So I said, you better get up and encourage yourself. How do you begin your day? Is it upbeat? Is it in gratitude? Is it in thanksgiving? Are you thinking of others? What is your intention towards this day? So I'm thankful to hear that you're sitting on those ports. And that fires me up because I'm like, yep, we are the ones that's going to be coming right through there. And so we will see you, and our family is there. So they will meet you. I'm just fired up about that. I'm like, these people are going to finally get to meet you in person right there. So thank you for all you do. Enjoy this day. That's all I got.
I appreciate you too. I appreciate you guys because we're all a team. We're all in this together. And that's very important on how do you start your day? How do you lift yourself up? See, Surge is just not a business, but for one thing, we're a family. And then another thing we do is we're there for each other. And it's not just, all business, because you grow as a person with Surge 365. You don't just do one thing. When we learn, we all learn together. That's why I always say, learn something new every day, because you might learn something that you want to do first thing in the morning. And that's why I like to listen to all the different motivational speakers, because if you listen to their story, everybody starts off the same. That's just like, I don't remember if it was Juliet, but somebody said we all started off with one person, when we got into business. We all start on the same level. So I thought that was a really good way to look at it, and just continuing to move forward and building yourself too. That's really important. You want to be able to do what you need to do in order to build up yourself. And that's so important what you said, Chantel. How do you start the morning? How do you start your day? Are you starting it on a positive note? Or are you starting it where it's, oh my? And like, even with the seasons changing, because I remember those colors were beautiful, spectacular. There was something that we would do. We would take a drive to a little town called Cripple Creek where they gamble, where it's legal to gamble in Cripple Creek. And then they had another area called Black Hawk. It was another area where they had a few hotels and gambling was legal up in the mountains. And the foliage was just beautiful, what you would see when you was driving like that. So even that, it's all how you look at it. I'm quite sure you guys can hear that there is a ambulance going by as we stay still and let it go on by. But just that alone, just looking at the different fall colors was beautiful, as opposed to being on the highway and you see people going by with boats and stuff. It's just a total different area on what people do and what people don't do. But you figure getting out and enjoying wherever you are. Who's that says your neck of the woods? I don't remember. Somebody would say, however your neck of the woods looks. That makes a big difference, as opposed to just, no, I don't like it. It's raining. It's snowing. The sun's not shining. No, the attitude is within, and that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you keep that attitude up, because like we know, life happens all the time, and it happens in a variety of ways. But what we do is we keep the attitude up, and we get up like, nope, like you said, you're going to put on something bright. what you always do, because different things lift up different people. So a song, and I know this is not our Monday night call, but still, a song or a bright color or just talking to somebody or listening to something that you like to listen to, all of those different things help you get ready to say, okay, I'm gonna do this today, and just like Tiger Woods, 1, 2, 3, keep moving, and that's what makes for a good day. That's what makes for you wanting to do different things. And you know what? And when you have that cheerful spirit, you're gonna attract more cheerful people, and you're gonna attract people who want to travel, who want to do different things, because that's what you want to do and you want to do more of it. And what I love to do is I like to dream. And when it comes to traveling, we were just looking at a few videos that we have taken with Rick on, he puts these videos together with pictures and all of our events. And I thought, man, we looked at Stonehenge, and that's when we did that transatlantic cruise. And we ended up in London and Paris and Germany. Where else did we go? We ended up in Lisbon, Portugal. And man, I'm thinking, okay, I'm ready to start going over there again and doing all of that. And of course, taking pictures of it, because when you take pictures of stuff, then you can remember it. And granted, yeah, people are like, oh, you don't want to miss something, so take it in now. Don't take pictures and then you kind of miss stuff. But no, you can still take pictures and be in the moment. You can still take videos and be in the moment, because I was smiling. We went over our picture that we did as a group when we went to Jamaica. Now, did you guys realize that was this year in March that we were in Jamaica as a group? And when you look at the pictures, you'd be like, wow, that was just this year. But it feels like it was so long ago. But when we look at those pictures and we laugh and how much fun we had, and definitely, what was that? Was those bean pies or meat pies? I get them mixed up. Oh, those meat pies, Jamaican meat pies that we had on the ship, not on the ship, on that beach from that little guy. Oh, yeah, that 7 Mile beach. Yeah, no, that was just March. And time goes by so.
Unbelievable.
I know, that was just March of 2023, where we were on that beach eating those pies.
And we judge every Jamaican. I hate it for the Jamaicans that live here, but we judge them all with those when they come with those pies, and we'll get one, and then we look at each other like, that's not it.
I know.
I said they got that in the refrigerator or freezer somewhere. That's not it.
That's not it. That was some flaky crust.
You thinking we are?
Yes.
Look at Rick. Oh, he's going back.
There he goes. No, oh boy.
But you know what? Look, he'll find food in a minute. But Chantel, what's so interesting about that is the way it all came together, and the way, because we had several other people that were supposed to be on the ride with us, because we actually had that van filled up. But because it was just our folks, our team, we had leg room, we could move around, and it just made it fun. And our driver was real good on how he asked us what we wanted to do, if we wanted to go here and there. And so, yeah, it was very, very nice. So when we go back, I think I might. Oh, what a beautiful memory, too.
That was amazing.
It's a beautiful, yes, it was.
They
so
had a
fun.
city. I haven't finished sharing that. There was a city we drove through. Do you know I was born in Hopewell, Virginia. Do you remember when we went through that city in Jamaica called Hopewell?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay. And I took pictures of that because I wanted to share that with the family. But I was just thinking, the memories and yes, take the pictures. I am so, when you get older, people, and you've been telling your family, take those pictures. And when they get, they don't have any pictures. And they're like, where did you get all those pictures? Because everywhere we go, we're taking pictures. You never know.
Right.
And then those
Yeah.
collages come together on your phone and you share it. You're like, wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Back to you, Brenda.
Yeah, it's true. And it's a lot of fun. And we were just sitting, looking at those videos that Rick put together. And that one he did, I went, wow, do you know that was just in March? And then he did another one for my birthday when we went to New York. And I was like, that was just in May. And, and time just keeps moving. Time just keeps moving. But those pictures, definitely, because Adrian's really good at that. Adrian and Willie, when they go places, Adrian is really good at taking pictures and posting pictures. But even if you don't post them, that's fine. They're your personal pictures. You can do whatever you want to do with them, but at least make sure you take them, because that's what happens in our family too, Chantel. We, like, for example, my cousin's grandson, he's 12 now? And I think the last time we saw him, he was 6 months old, and Rick took a picture of him. And he was just as cute and short and chubby, and he was a baby. And so now to see him, it's like, we got a picture of you, and you were 6 months old. And he's looking around like, do I have any pictures? No, probably not. So we will definitely pull that out and give it to him, definitely at his birthday or something. And I'm quite sure that'll make him smile. But yeah, those kind of memories, you can duplicate them, yes, but you definitely want to make sure you capture it with a picture. And even on the cruise ship, if you don't take a lot of pictures, at least purchase one of the pictures that they take, because they're going to take pictures of you throughout the whole event. And I know this last cruise that we went on in December, December 2022, which feels like it was so long ago, but I got a picture of Rick and our son Cameron on the crystal staircase. And that is a lovely picture. I mean, and so who's going to duplicate that? He was doing his Grow November where he had this big mustache that looked like a caterpillar on his lip. And now he's clean shaving. So I don't know if he'll ever do that again, but you figure those are the things that remind you of why we got in this business and what we love about this business. And I think if we can remember that and not get so hung up on nobody's coming in the business and I'm not growing my business and I'm blah, blah. No, don't go there. Remember why you came in the business. You came in the business most likely for travel, because that's what we all love to do, travel. And then when you saw the money that could be made through travel, then that was, oh yeah, that's right. There's money to be made through travel. So let me do that too. And I have some friends who want to travel. Let me remind them. So I think that's a good thing to do too, is kind of remind yourself as to why you came in the Surge 365, because we all came in for different reasons, but the main one was travel. We all wanted to be able to travel more. What is that? Travel more, make more, save more. So we all wanted to do that at one point. And I think if we remember, that's what we want to do. And then as you go through life, Rick was sharing with me that somebody told him that I don't remember what the guy said, but it was something about how we're just living life, enjoying life. But see, we went through all of that. We were talking about how Rick, when he worked for MCI, he was working 80 hours a week. Myself, at one point, I was working an overnight shift from 11 at night to 7 in the morning, so I could be home with the kids during the day and get them to school. So we did a lot of that. We did a lot of that hustle in order to make ends meet. And I know a lot of people are still in that right now. See, our kids are adults. We're at that age where we're retiring, quote unquote, somewhat, not really, but a lot of people are still at that age where they are having to do the 9 to 5, and still the kids are still going back and forth to school. And then we have a lot of us, and I look forward to that myself, when you're helping out with the grandkids, because that's what I told my son. A friend of his got engaged, and I said, hey, if you guys want to go to their destination wedding, go. Just let me know. Rick and I will be right up there to take care of the baby while you guys go to a destination wedding. So I look forward to being able to do all of that stuff. And so we just continue to live life, because we're all at different stages in our life. And you have to just do what you know to do now with whatever stage you're in. So if you're in that 9 to 5, or I can back it up, if you're in that college age where you're going to school trying to get that degree, and then you get to that, I got to do this 9 to 5, and I got to make ends meet, and I got to do whatever stage of life you're in, enjoy that, because you're going to go through it and there's something else going on. So that's why I like to say too, is make sure you grow through what you're going through. And you learn, the more you, like they say, the more you learn, the more you earn, right? So that's how life is. So we want to continue to do that. And I think when we all keep that attitude of waking up, knowing that this is a good thing, we're learning as we go. So, and then knowing that you'll get to this point where you're kind of semi-retired. I don't say Rick's retired. He works so hard that it's, so he's not retired. I'm more retired than he is, because I'll sit back and do nothing for hours. I'll sit back and do nothing for hours. And I used to feel a little guilty, and he'll say, so babe, what you doing? And I'll be like, oh, I'm taking a class. I'm like, nah. When he says, what you doing? I so happily say nothing. I'm sitting here doing nothing. So
she says that, but Brenda works.
I do nothing.
Yeah, right. She works when work is available. When work is there, she is like nonstop. That's why I know if there's nothing to do, then it's okay to do nothing, and it's fair to do nothing, because the girl works hard, and she's just saying that now. But no, when it's time to get something done, the move to Charleston,
oh goodness,
the organization that was required while everything else was going on, nothing stopped. So she worked through that whole move. She worked through keeping everything else up. The calls, the presentations that we was doing, and nobody even knew. And because that's the secret to really our success, is that we both are workers, and we do what's necessary. And when it's time not to work, or like you say, Chantel, when it's time to eat, it's time to eat.
His mind is on food now.
Yeah, you got me going with them Jamaica pies.
Think about the pies.
But no. You got to do what's necessary.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I woke up, I was looking at it's setting your environment. And I turned up, because I'm not a TV kind of person just sitting in front of, that's not my thing. If it's somebody's, it's cool. So what I do is I get up and put on the scene that I want to see. And I was just dreaming for that moment. I turned it on. I had this beautiful little cottage overlooking the water, and you could hear the waves in the background. And then I said to myself, now, see, that right there would be great. Now, if you could add a few mountains in there, and you could add these colors out here, because I still need some trees. I'm not just whole beachy. I need to see some trees. There's something about a tree with me. I don't know what it is, but I got to see some trees. And I just go stand by those trees. I hang out over there, and I take me some pictures. But and that's what's going to happen. Bring all that together. So when we sit in that, I remember that moment when you spoke that right there, because that is what we're going to be sitting in. And that's a lot of what's here when you look at it. And so I'm just like, okay, what are you speaking forth that you want to enjoy?
It's true.
And
That is true.
there is a lot going on here. When you get into community is just so huge to me. I'm gonna do a display, a nice little beautiful display for my mom and all her birthday's coming up here in actually next in a couple of weeks here. And I'm going to put all her community work that she did. I want to put it out so people can see
Nice,
where this is coming from. And the
nice.
community here, we're having some businesses closing, and I'm not like being in agreement with this, because I said I like to sit here with stores in my community. That we moved here for some of the things that were, you know what I mean? We came
Right.
because we like the restaurants, being able to go out the door and go up the street and sit in the restaurant, or walk around the corner and sit at Starbucks, and being able to go to some of these shops. And I heard some of their comments, and they're like, well, most of you are military here, and it's cool for you because you can just go across the street. But for those of us who are here that don't have stores, this is heavy on us. And I started thinking about that. I was like, wow,
Wow.
how can we impact this community? That thing has been in me for a few months now. So now I'm starting to see, okay, you are here in purpose, on purpose. And I'm starting to see the light of it. And today I'm going out here and talk to some people, because your
Nice.
job is literally gone. It's gone. I was talking to a business owner yesterday, and she says, oh yeah. And this is a big store. It is one of the major
Wow.
stores. They said, oh, it's gone. I said, are you serious? She said, yeah, it's already gone. And I said, we need a community meeting. We need to bring the minds together to say, how can we support these businesses that are in here to keep them open if you want them to stay? Because you live here. Glenn and I, we can go. That's no big deal for us. You know what I mean? We can be up and
Yeah.
out. We're good. But you who are here forever and ever, what do you want to see in your
Wow.
community? You have to support, because you're going outside, and that is the impact that's happening. They're not getting enough support in here, so they're leaving
Mm.
because they can't afford what, the overhead of the taxes on them. So I
Wow.
said, here we go, Ed. Here we go. Here we go.
I
And I'm
Listen,
serious. Mm-hmm.
that's a cause. And that's a cause that, that leads to business without even trying. Because as we know, the fundraiser is the vortex. Career opportunity would be the travel agency. Travel wholesale instead of retail is the membership. And so being able to work in community and to identify the causes, and then to naturally flow into whatever CSRS can bring to support the cause. That really is the process. I was talking to I don't know if you remember Jim Ely. Remember Jim Ely, an older guy?
Absolutely.
He had a heart attack. I was just talking to him just earlier today. He had called me. He said, Rick, I had a
Whoa.
heart attack. I wanted to call and let you know that I'm okay, but the miracle was I drove myself to the hospital. He had a heart attack. He said, this is like the second time, third time. I had
Jim is
two
like
times I drove myself to the hospital. Then he
88.
said, yeah, he's about 88-ish. Then he said, he after the heart attack, he fell down and cracked his neck. He said, I broke my neck. I broke a bone in my neck. I'm like, really? And he said he was immediately healed because they were going to have to do surgery, and then God healed him. And I was like, wow. And we were just talking about building the business because, he's still in the business. And he says, Rick, in building the business, a lot of people think that it's physical work. He said, that's a part of it. It's physical work. But he said, it's a lot of prayer in building the business. You can't just roll up your sleeves and work hard enough to build this business. He said, it's about prayer and God doing what needs to be done to show you what to do. I said, man, you ain't said nothing but a word. That's my experience. That's all I know. You know, my experience. He said, especially getting to level 1 director, or getting actually beyond level 1 director. To get beyond level 1 director, he said, God has to show you specifically what to do, so in order to do that. Otherwise, you're doing onesie, twosie, onesie, twosie, onesie, twosie. That's it. That's what I'm saying. And so when you add the community component, and when you add Bremerton, the component, when you add, like Ed does, the school component, that's what gets you to that next level. You know, that's what gets you to that next level. Because now, you know, you've added a corporate component. Our team, I think that's the specialty of our team. You know, the fact that we can actually do that. And that's what's going to take, that's why I don't give up. Stay focused, because that's what's going to take us to that next level. You know, that's what's going to take all of us to that next level. I really believe that. Like Brenda was saying, Brenda worked. He was working overnight, coming back home, taking the kids to game after game after game, and they was in different sports and running back and forth. Those are seasons. Go through this season, whatever that season is in your life. Darlene, I love the place where you are now in your season. That's a special place. People don't realize you had to work to get there.
Oh.
You didn't just jump there. You know, a lot of younger people think that you just jump there and poof. No. You go through what you say, Brenda, go through to get
Grow through.
Grow
through what you go through.
You grow through what you go through. Back to you.
That's true. You figure, and that's what keeps everybody going, is knowing, and then having a cause. See, because Chantel, that's what works. You have a cause. I think a lot of times people don't get so focused on yourself. Who can you help? What else can you do? I think when we start focusing on helping other people, that'll be a good thing too. And with the vortex and the different ways that the different communities can make money to do things, because everybody travels, just like churches. There's no need for a church to close. There is no need for a church to close, but a church will close. I was listening to this one church I watched down here. A lot of my family go there, so of course I'm getting when are you coming to church? But I don't know. Well, anyway, so I watched them online, and I was saying to Rick, I said, see, that's what I want. I want the whole church to sign up and get a membership, not individual, but just the church. Then I want all the members to support the church by booking on the church's vortex. Then the church will make money. The pastor will tell another pastor how he's making $3,000 to $4,000 a week because of this travel thing he got his church involved in. And then there might be a couple of entrepreneurs here and there that might want to venture out, but we don't want a lot, because then you know how that starts, who signed up who first. But that's a great way to do this. And then now you're talking to masses. You're not talking onesie twosie, because now you're talking the whole Baptist missionary board, where every pastor that's coming in, 100 pastors coming in and bringing their church. That's how you want to help your community. So when you start thinking outside the box on what can you do, how can we help this community stay afloat? Because, and that's another thing, so much is going on the internet. Even Amazon, down here, everything is kind of real spaced out. But the other day, I happened to stumble on the Outlet Mall, and that was because I was returning something to Staples, and it's not like in the city where we were. in Colorado Springs where everything is right there. Everything is a little bit of ways away. You got to drive over here, you got to drive over here. And it was really nice to say, wow, look at all of this here. And you figure when you find something and you find what your community is, you find what your community needs, because everything is going online. So when you see the big box stores closing down, you figure, I don't know if you guys remember, but Coach predicted that years ago. And he was saying how everything is going to go online. So you have to be able to move and go with the changes, because if you don't, then that's what happens. Things start closing down, and before you know it, your whole community is gone because people leave. People go where jobs are, where the housing is. People will leave in a minute. So that's a good idea to say, let's do this. Let's see how this will work. And then you don't have to just work with your community. The people in the community, they have family members. They have different businesses. They have all these different things that will help work for them by letting them all go on their website. So you can't say, oh, there's only about 10 people that want to go do it. But those 10 people know 10 people, know 10 people. And that's how they all start booking on their website. And that's how they start making money. So it's all how you look at it. You figure we've been doing this for a minute. It hasn't changed. It's the same concept on sharing with people the business, and word of mouth travels fast. It really does. So you figure we'll do the same thing that we always done by sharing it with one person who will share it with another person. And before you know it, but it's all about being consistent, having the patience to do what you know to do in order to keep everything going strong. Because even for my idea with the church, I have no idea how that would happen, when that would happen, but I know I've written it down, and I know that it's a great way to get money into the community. So you figure, write down, Rick says that all the time, journal, write down what you want to do or say, and watch how it comes to pass. So all of that is the same stuff. It hasn't changed. So it's really exciting to see how things come about. Even the different folks that made their goal, however they made their goal. The bottom line is that they made their goal to become director, and we're really happy for them that they did it. And so now it's like, okay, next step. And that's for everybody, whatever your level is. And if you don't have a level, if you want to just travel, that's fine too. That's one thing I love about our business. You can do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, and however you want to do it, because it's your own personal business. And you can get your certificates and use them how you want to use. And just to update on my cousin, she gives me her credit card number to put a new credit card number on her website because the old one was compromised. And then she said, now, I don't know about these certificates, so if they don't work, you could have them. I had to laugh because she really doesn't know what she's giving me. So I told her, I said, well, before you do that, let me show you how to use the certificates. Let me show you how you can find a one-bedroom condo for a week at a resort. So before I just take her certificates, I'm going to show her how to use them. Because a lot of times people don't even know how to use their business. They don't even know how to go on their Travmanity site and book something.
They don't understand the value.
Right. Yes.
Of the business.
Yes.
Ed says it all the time. This is like $1 trillion business.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't even understand the value of the business for $500. What's for $500?
Yeah.
And then of course the
Well,
marketing side.
yeah.
But they don't understand the value of having the business and paying $99 for the overhead for a business that has a travel agency, a full service travel agency. Like you said, the lady wanted me to book this flight. Can you book it this afternoon?
I need a flight today.
I need a flight today. But I'm a full service travel agency, a Vortex link that immediately when a person comes in the business, anybody around the world can book and you get paid. And a membership that saves immediate money. They don't understand the value. Your cousin doesn't understand the value of the 4 certificates.
No, she doesn't. But she does like traveling. So that's why I'm going to show her. And what's so great about the business and what we know, however she wants to do it. So if she says, "Oh no, it's okay," and that's one thing that's really great about our business is that we don't get hung up when people say, "Oh no, I want to leave." Let them leave, because it's going to be harder to keep them than it is to have them, sign off or leave or whatever they want to do. So understand that is okay, because just like they came in the business, somebody else will come in the business. So I don't have a problem when someone calls me, if they leave a message and say, "I think I want to get out," I'm the first person to call them back and say, "Okay, why?"
Oh, you say why?
And Rick says he don't even say why.
Are you serious? Okay, well, let's show you how to do that.
Let me show you how to do that. But then the first thing that I do ask why, because I want to know
what's going on.
If it's a financial reason, then I can tell you how you can just drop down to the $20, as opposed to just chucking it all for because you don't understand what you have. So I would like to at least show you what you have and help understand. But I'm the first one to say, "Okay, you can go."
I'll ask. Like,
yeah, you do.
My friends wanted to get out, but where I had a problem, she started trying to blame the business.
Oh yeah.
And so I had to explain to her that you really actually didn't take the training.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take the training. You never took the training to understand what you have. And by the time we finished talking, she said, "Okay, well, I'm going to stay in."
Yeah. Because a lot of times people just don't know.
I want to stay in because we are going to start traveling. And so, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I was like, okay. So I don't just say no.
No, you don't. We work with people because our goal is to help them understand what they have.
Our goal is we know, yes, everybody on this call, you're going to come to a time in your life that you need residual income. Like Brenda and I are living in residual income or even in here. But there's going to come a time in your life that it's worth it to put the effort in to create another stream of income that we talk about all the time. And because as we get older, I mean, yeah, you got Social Security, you got all the different things, retirement, but it is so nice to have another stream of income that's unlimited. Everybody on this call is going to be very, very wealthy and I was talking to Glenn about this the other day when we had talked. I still believe Malcolm Gladwell. He says, your wealth is created when the masses get it, not by the things that you do. Then when there's a need for what you have and the masses understand that you can meet their need, that's what happened in 2007. When we was making $650,000 a year, the masses understood they needed something. And I believe at that time they understood they needed another stream of income. And so they chose the travel industry. And of course, we went through the whole period of 2008 and everything with the economy. And COVID, of course, 9 billion people locked down. I believe we're coming to that place again where people are going to realize I need another stream of income, or I need a way that I can travel wholesale instead of retail. And Search 365 is it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, guys, I'm so excited that we get to talk on Thursdays. It really is fun. It really is fun, and just sharing what Rick and I are doing. It's a lot of fun. Anybody else want to share? So, because we have, I think we've made it. I think this is Myrtle Beach. As I look at the GPS, there is water on the other side. So there's the Atlantic Ocean over there. So that is nice. And see, Chantel, then there's trees over here for you. So there's a little bit, there's an ocean over there, there's trees over here, there's a couple of hills, can't call them mountains, a couple of hills over there. But it's fun. And that's what it's travel. And that's what makes everything work when you're enjoying what you're doing. So that's the bottom line, is to be able to enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it, whatever you're doing. And so, and even if it was like for a minute there, I had two kids and they both were playing baseball, but they were on opposite side of the city. So I had to drop one off and take the other one to his game, come back and pick up my daughter. Her game's over, and then go back and pick up my son for his game. So I never got to see a game because I was traveling, going back and forth, making sure they all made their game. And not to mention the juice box and the little snacks that I have to drop off at each. So everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through different things. And when I did that, Rick was working 80 hours, so he wouldn't even see the kids. I mean, he wouldn't see them in the morning when they went to school, and they were in bed by the time he got home. So everybody goes through something. What you're doing is you're living life, and you're growing as you're going through it. And I think if we look at it like that and try and taking something from all your experiences in life, you're learning something. And then there's going to be a time when you're able to share it. And when you're able to share it, you'll know, because the person who you're talking to is going to need to hear that this too will pass. You'll grow through this. Learn while you're going, because the more you learn, the more you earn. And that's with any situation. That's with whatever you're doing in life. And I think when people have that kind of attitude and they know that's how it works, they'll tend to do more better, because they're going to enjoy it and they're going to understand that you're not the only one. Because that's another thing. Life will have you thinking that you're the only one that's going through whatever you're going through. And that is not true. Everybody has gone through it. Everybody is going to go through it, as you do too. So understand that you're not the only one. It might seem like you are, but you're not. So I'm looking at the time, and I want everybody to have a great rest of your day as we still try to find the water up here in Myrtle Beach. So everyone have a great rest of your day. And I know you all are going to be, and Chantel, I look forward to meeting your family. And I know all of us are going to be at the beach at some point, because I know I'm going to have me a big party. I don't know when, but I'm going to. So everybody have a great rest of your day. Okay, now. Bye-bye now.